Robinho is going to jail for 9 years. Well, I'm your boy people of FIFA. Hold on to your seatbelts because it will be a crazy transfer video. Are you not like Robinho and you want to get yourself an amazing squad without touching anybody else? Go to u7buy.com. Use the link in the description. Use the code VIVA for an extra 5% off and get yourself that killing squad. Starting the episode off with Luis Suarez being reunited with Steven Gerrard. Stevie and Luis together on the pitch. I remember that legendary day where Steven Gerrard said, "We will not let this slip." And who slipped on the pitch? Steven Gerrard. I believe it was against Chelsea, and with that, it was the end of the title race for Liverpool. Now, Suarez is not super happy as it seems with Atletico Madrid. The defensive playing style is something he doesn't really enjoy. And, well, Aston Villa is looking for a finisher, a pure class finisher. 1 or 2 episodes ago, I told you that Luis Suarez was linked with Inter Miami. That's a nice move. But an easy move, an easy competition, low league, and going to the Premier League, he's putting his hat out there. It could be chopped off because he was a legend at Anfield, and now at Aston Villa, everybody expecting the same legendary player, but he's almost 10 years older. So can Suarez make it, or will he be one of the biggest flop signings in the history? Tell me your prediction down below. Manchester United is very interested in Haidara, the center midfielder playing for RB Leipzig. We know Ralf Rangnick, and we saw that Cristiano Ronaldo was not very happy being substituted off, even in a win against Brentford, I believe it was. Ronaldo was taking off, and well, he was very upset with it. So Rangnick, Ronaldo, it is not really the best relationship at the moment. I think Ralf Rangnick should no longer be the coach of Man United. They should actually go for a classy coach that brings back that winning mentality. I told you that before. It has changed. United was always a winning machine. Ferguson, Van Nistelrooy, Jaap Stam, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Vidic, Ferdinand. Players that wanted to win every single game. Every single game on the training pitch even. And now it's just like, okay, have fun. If we lose, it doesn't matter. We hit the disco anyway. So with a new signing like Haidara, United is not fixed. They're not saved. They have a new player, a new one to fill. Because if the system is corrupt, whatever you sign will go down the drain. Good news for the Gunner fans, as it seems Vlavic is going to Arsenal. 66.6 million pounds. 666. Is that the number of the devil? Yes, that's the number of the devil. Is that a coincidence? Who knows? He's going to the Red Gunners, so it might be there. Vlavic, the super striker of Fiorentina, 66.6 million pounds is a jackpot price for Fiorentina. It's maybe their highest selling player ever in history, and they sold Batistuta, they sold Mohamed Salah, they sold many of big talents, but this is the spectacular one. The jackpot for Fiorentina, and for Arsenal, a super striker in the making. So what do you think, guys? Letting go of AUBAMEYANG, letting go of Lacazette and Nketiah, and replacing them with Vlavic, a good move or a bad one? Tell me your ID down below and I will respond. Mitchell Bakker was the former Paris SaintGermain left back who had a great link with Neymar Jr. who made the switch to Bayer Leverkusen for 15 million pounds and now is on the wish list of Newcastle United. Once again, a Dutchie on the left back position after Jethro Willems. Mitchell Bakker is the new sheriff in town. You can't actually compare with Jethro Willems because Willems was great in attack, but defensively, he wasn't the best, and Mitchell Bakker is more an all-round left back. Although he doesn't have the skills that Jethro Willems has, he is more reliable and more physical in the air as well on that position. So for Newcastle, it could be a nice step in the right direction. Al Nassr is putting a loan option with an option to buy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang after the season for 6.5 million pounds out there for Arsenal. It's putting pressure on them because with the signing of Vlavic, they need to sell somebody because, well, although you don't get a jackpot price for Aubameyang, he is your top earning player, and with the financial fair play rules, you can't exceed that limit. So if Aubameyang is leaving, there is so much breathing space to give players bigger contracts, like Vlavic, for example. Give Saka a new deal to keep him longer at the club, and Al Nassr and Aubameyang. Who could have thought that 1 year ago when he was the absolute king of Arsenal, one of the top scoring machines in the Premier League? But Times are changing so quickly. 1 year after that, he could be playing in Saudi Arabia, and everybody's forgetting about him. Bayern Munich is always a king on the transfer market, signing players of rival teams normally, but now they're shopping in the Premier League with Andreas Christensen, the 25-year-old Danish dynamite center-back of Chelsea, who's available on a free deal. Bayern Munich needs to get some extra quality on that center-back position after losing David Alaba, for example, on that spot, and they need something extra. They have now Dayat AUBAMEYANG, they have Sule at the back. Of course, it's not bad, but if they can get an extra center-back like Christensen to pay absolutely nothing for him, why would they refuse that? Exactly, they will not refuse. So Christensen to Bayern would be a perfect deal. I still think it's unbelievable that Elneny is playing time with Arsenal in this season, because he was loaned out several times to Besiktas and he wasn't really a superstar there. So Arsenal is holding on to him, but now they're letting him go. Formally, I think, forever. He's now linked with Fener, going back to the Turkish Super League, not to Besiktas, but to Fener, and Fener needs to be saved. They're a mid-table team at the moment, a disgrace for such a big, beautiful club. But Fener, well, they shoot themselves in their foot, signing Özil over the hill, way too big of a contract. They should go back to younger, inspirational players instead of the old geezers. So Elneny is fitting that profile better. He's 26 or 27, and that's a good move, I think, to start off with. If Paris Saint-Germain is chasing your free agent, you should be afraid. Very afraid, because you know what they did last year. Sergio Ramos, Lionel Messi, Donnarumma, Gini Wijnaldum. Poof, that is over £300 million of value on players for absolutely nothing. Isn't that insane? Yes, it is. So now with Frank Cassie and Paul Pogba, the new transfer targets for the center midfield spots, Paris Saint-Germain is getting very scary looks from Paris Saint-Germain and AC Milan, because those players have a value altogether of over £120 million. And if you lose those players on a free deal, it sucks. But if you're AC Milan, you lost Donnarumma for nothing, you're losing Frank Cassie for nothing. Normally the value of those two players was close to £150 million. That's down the drain. You see nothing back from that fee. So yes, if I was Milan, I would be very upset, angry. Funny story, Girondins de Bordeaux has parted with their shirt sponsor because they're the number 17 in the league. 11 years ago, they were defeating Man City and Juventus in the group stage of the Champions League, finishing first with players like Shamak, for example, now fighting against relegation. And what was happening? Well, the sponsor was making funny meme videos about Bordeaux because they were so bad this season, and Bordeaux was very upset with that, so they put out a statement on their Instagram and Twitter that they're quitting with their sponsor. And then the sponsor hit back with a knockout, and they said, "We thought about how to defend this for over an hour, but just like Girondins de Bordeaux, their defense, we couldn't find any defense." And that was like, okay, KO, Bordeaux is done. They're losing their sponsor, and they're even better than them on Instagram and Twitter. And they might lose Kalou, as you can see, one of their star players, once they get a move away from the club, fleeing from Titan. Ousmane Dembele is done with Barcelona. Another fight on Instagram and social media. Barcelona has spoken about the crazy wage demands of Dembele and has put out a statement. You have to decide this week, or we want to sell you this summer. And Ousmane Dembele struck back on Instagram, and it is a really nice fight. If you want to follow that, follow Dembele, follow Barcelona. It is gloves are off. It's all out there in the open. It's funny to see Dembele, not the smartest kid in town. Let's be a little bit gentle about that. I can say tougher things, but he's not the biggest, brightest light in the room. And then Barcelona as a club at the moment, not the biggest, brightest club in the world. They're fighting against each other in a very disgusting way, but we like it as a viewer. And now it seems that Newcastle is the only club that actually wants to pay Dembele his salary, and that is what they want to do. New goalkeeper for Aston Villa, it is Robin Olsen. But if you have Emiliano Martinez as your first goalkeeper, Olsen also knows I'm going there for the bench. He was for quite some time the first team goalkeeper of FC Copenhagen and even AS Roma. But where did it went wrong? Well, step by step, Olsen slipped up numerous times, and now he is only a backup goalkeeper. Not bad, you get salary, you can train, you're fit, you don't have the pressure on match days, that's all okay. But if Olsen really wants to develop himself, he should play games and not be there happy laughing on the bench. Kolasinac has found himself a new club with Olympique Marseille. He is going to the Ligue 1 from Arsenal to Marseille. Kolasinac, I still remember that legendary footage where he and Özil got robbed. Özil got rid of everything as quick as possible because, well, just like on the pitch, he's a little bit afraid and not really there to fight. But Kolasinac took off his helmet because they were on the motorcycle, I believe, and he beat up those robbers, and that was just beautiful to see. Özil scared like a little bird, and Kolasinac fighting as a tiger. And since then, I respect this guy until the end of days. He went back to Schalke to save them last year. It was a disaster. They relegated to the second Bundesliga, and now at Marseille, he's back in the top of France. 1 year ago, Yazici was linked with every single big team in the world after scoring a beautiful goal against AC Milan in the Champions League or European League. Milan even wanted to keep him in their city. Now Yazici is going to CSKA Moscow in Mother Russia. A loan deal with the option, as it seems, of around £10 million to sign him up. Last season, in that spiritual season for Lille, winning the Ligue 1, Yazici was a very important shackle with goals and assists. This season he moved to the bench more and more, and I understand why he wants to make a move away from the club. Well guys, we're finishing off with a very serious subject, and that is Robinho going to jail. He has been accused and found guilty of group rape around 9 years ago, 2013 I believe it was, back then playing in Milan if I'm not mixing things up, and he was found guilty, 9 years of prison. But there is one very big but. Unluckily, I must say, Robinho is now in Brazil, and Brazil is a country that isn't delivering people that have to go to jail to a different country. They say, okay, we are not going to mixing up with that, so as long as Robinho will not set foot on any European country, he's safe. He doesn't have to go to jail. But if he wants to go to Amsterdam, to London, if he will finish himself there on the airport, everybody knows we have to arrest him and deliver him to Italy. And that means he has to go to prison for 9 years. So Robinho, I don't think he is that stupid. Well, he is stupid. I really hate that guy. But he's not that stupid that he will move to Europe, I think, because he will go to jail for almost 10 years. Still, Robinho is free as a bird, and that is something, it doesn't feel good, guys. Does it? What do you think about this rule? Should Italy attack Brazil and find Robinho like where is Wally, but then where is Robinho, for example? Or, well, what should we do in this case? Because it doesn't feel right, does it? Imagine that is your daughter, or your wife, or your mother, or your girlfriend. What would you do? Would you hunt them down? It would be fun. Make a camera, a YouTube show out of it. But Robinho, shame on you, shame on your family. I can't actually say it, but a guy like that, for me, he can just disappear, if you know what I mean. We don't need people like that in the world. So Robinho, from Viva to you, beep you very much. So guys, if you liked the video, I hope you did. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, put on the notification bell, and tell me what you think about the disgusting Robinho case. Drop it in the comment section and click the I button for more videos. I'll see you in a flash.